So in this video, I'm going to go as best I can through the Monster Hunter Urnop. There's 3 days left. Not too sure if I can do this 110 points in 3 days, but I'm trying to do that. I'm aiming for the Night Stalker. I think that's probably the strongest tank available in this Urnop overall. I think it is a very strong tank. The armour is very, very annoying to come up against. The gun's very good. I think from the reviews I've seen, it's a little bit overpowered. Could be in the same situation the AAT-60 is, where it might get tweaked and moved up to tier 10. If it is really that overpowered, I think it probably should. I think the other one, Monster Jaeger, looks interesting. If you are in just play Cold War, I think it probably is worth getting. I think it looks an interesting tank. It has sort of a volley mechanic by the look of it, or at least that's how people seem to use it. So yeah, I think both of these tanks are probably the ones you want to aim for, but as I said, see if I can actually get there or not. I will have to start using my monster tanks. You can get an additional point for using one of the tanks if you do 1,000 damage, so probably need to start doing that. I haven't I have one marked a lot of my Halloween tanks, apart from the Kaiju, which I don't really want to play, and the the Roswell as well, which I think some people quite like the Roswell. I don't. I haven't one marked the Pharaoh's Fury, so I might try and just one mark that before the Urnop finishes. Earn points, get the crew XP as well, bonus, and get extra points for the Urnop as well. So I think you've got 2 choices. You can either pick one of these 2 as a new one, or if you can't get there or not really interested in any of those, there is the old Urnop choice as well that you can get. This is the selection. I think from my personal recommendations would be the Arachnid. If you don't have that, I think that's a very good tank. I don't like the Roswell, but I think a lot of people do. So if you like the look of it, if it's one you don't have, then yeah, maybe pick it up. But I don't have the Bog Horror, but that's probably the second one I'd pick up. The armour on that is pretty good. I think it's got preferential matchmaking as well, so you won't see tier 10. So the armour does hold up more often or better than most of the tier 8s in the game. I think the other 3 options, the Creature, I think it's a fun tank. When that got released, I can't remember. I think it was in one of the season passes when it actually got released. I think it got released as a season pass tank. Yeah, really fun. I've one marked that. It's a good tank. I think it's a dirt tank, and it's got like a turret, although it is sort of a slow moving turret. But yeah, nice little tier 7, pretty good. The Revenant, if you really like the Panthers, or I think if you're new to the game, I think the Revenant and Creatures, those 2 might be the ones to pick up. They're tier 7s, so they're slightly lower tiered, and also I think the Revenant is fairly well balanced. It's not overpowered, it's not bad. It's a bit slow compared to the Tech Tree Panther, but Creature's fun. So if you are looking to complete your collection with 2 of these, then pick the 2 you haven't got. Otherwise, I would get the Arachnid and the Bog Horror. I think they're probably 2 best picks, followed by Creature and Revenant if you're a new player and don't really want to go up to tier 8 and 9 right now. Roswell, as I said, some people like it, but the Kaiju, I'd completely avoid that unless you really do like Japanese heavies if you haven't ground up to sort of the tier 6 Japanese heavy, or I would say tier 7 Japanese heavy, I wouldn't bother, because it's so bad. Very slow, armor doesn't hold up. So yeah, wouldn't recommend that at all. But I think ultimately, I would get the Night Stalker, and that's what I'm going to be aiming to get. Okay, I think there are some other Halloween tanks that are in the store. I'm not really sure if they are worth buying. There is this mega bundle, which isn't worth it. There's some of the individual tanks 30% off. Some of these might be worth picking up. I think this is probably the best bundle. If you just want a load of Halloween tanks that you don't have, I think this is probably the best one. Got the Wraith Panzer 58, which is one I don't have, as you can see. Seems fairly average. There's a little bit of spaced armour on it. I don't really particularly like the Panzer 58, the Mutz, so not too bothered about that one. Bog Horror, as I said, I think this seems a pretty good tank. I understand it's got preferential matchmaking as well. Inferno and the Bellathrone, they are probably two of the stronger tanks, Halloween tanks. The Bellathrone is, the turret is very strong with that spaced armour on the front. You will bounce a lot, it will eat a lot of heat shells as well when you go up against sort of tier 10s firing their high pen heat rounds. Yeah, very strong on a ridge line. The Inferno, slightly a bit different. It does have that lion's head is a bit of spaced armour. Very strong again on a ridge line. As you can see, 440 alpha, quite nice. Yeah, so that's the bundle I would, if you wanted to get a bundle, that's probably the one to get. Some of these other tanks, these light tanks, yeah, might be worth it. Yeah, that could be worth it as well. Depends on how you want to what you want to get, but yeah, if you're looking to just get a nice little collection of Halloween tanks, yeah, probably this Spooky Quartet or the Spectral Sprinters, or just wait for next year, and I'm sure they'll be on the up next year. But these individual Halloween tanks, the Lycan, really good light tank, really fun. It does have, as you can see, it's got the plays up to tier 9 highlighted. So because it's highlighted and it's +2, it's got +2 -1. So you'll never see tier 5s in this. So a lot of time in this tank, you do get drawn back up to sort of a tier 8 game. Just to bear in mind, it's not something that you're going to be clubbing tier 5s and 6s with too often, or not at all with tier 5s, but definitely worth getting. As you can see, 1 marked it, nice tank. Yeah, fun. I don't play the Monster Mash mode. It's not interested to me, so I'm not really sure what the powers are. This is purely just normal game, so yeah, really good light tank for sort of normal World War II mode. The Arachnid, good tank, looks ridiculous. I think it's a good tank overall. It's got a nice little 2-shot autoloader, 15-second reload. Yeah, it's a nice tank. 640 alpha damage in 15 seconds. Does take 2.5 seconds to fire the second round, so it's not quite sort of a tap type of 2-shot. But yeah, nice tank. That was an enjoyable 1 mark. Roswell, that's the one I'm trying to work through, but I just don't like it. I've tried to stealth it up, and that it just doesn't work. Yeah, I'm not too sure I'm going to actually bother with this year to try and 1 mark that. I think I might concentrate on Pharaoh's Fury. It has got that turbo mode, so the mobility is okay, but I just don't like it. Bellerophon is, I think, one of the best tanks in the game. That spaced armor on turret doesn't look like much. How much is it? It's 30 mil, but what it does do is it stops a lot of heat rounds. So a lot of heat rounds will go onto that, get absorbed essentially, and then you've got this very strong turret behind it as well. So not only does the heat rounds get absorbed by it, a lot of armor piercing APCR will hit that spaced armor, lose a lot of their penetration, and then hit your strong turret. Absolute, it's brilliant. Hold down, really good tank. Same with the Inferno. It's still got the 10 degrees of gun depression. This can really work a ridgeline quite nicely. Again, spaced armor, and with a massive, quite nice, although it is flat. But again, same principle as the Bellerophon. This has got 5 centimeters of spaced armor, and yeah, heat shells will just go into that, get absorbed, and APCR, AP rounds will hit that, lose a lot of their penetration, and then hit your turret face. So yeah, both really good tanks. The Hellenhund, I've 2-marked this one. It is a fun little tank. It is a bulldog. I play it like a medium tank. Is the best way of playing this tank. There is a very nice crew XP rate, 150% on the crew XP, combined with the double XP at Halloween time that these monster tanks get a lot of crew XP by playing this. Really nice hip, I think it is hip rounds, 102 penetration, and 320 damage. Yeah, really good against enemy light tanks. No armor, but as I said, play it like a stealthy medium, and you should get some good games out of that. Crafts Panther, just a Panther really. Mobility is not as good. I do like the look of it. It does look sort of a Halloween style World War II tank. It's tier 7, so if you're new to the game, probably one to pick up. I do like it. Nothing too special about it. I think in the Monster Mash mode, it's probably one of the stronger ones, but as I said, I don't really play that. But yeah, really good pickup. The Creature, fun tank. 660 alpha on the standard, 580 on the heat rounds. As you can see, I use just the heat and the premium HE. It's got a bigger splash radius. Yeah, really good tank. The whole it's pretty good. Turret rotation speed 18 degrees, not brilliant, but it is useful. I always use the ammo swapper on that one, so you can swap between the 2 rounds. So if you give up against something you can't pen, you can just splash it. Dragon, not the best light tank. You do need, I think with the new equipment, you will probably need the turbocharger, and you'll probably need the grousers as well. It just feels very sluggish. It's the stats look okay. 54 degrees gun degrees a second on the whole, 20 horsepower per ton. It just takes ages to get up to its top speed. It doesn't feel like it turns particularly well. Yeah, it's a strange tank. Not one that I play. One marked it, and then, as you can see, sold all the equipment off of it. And the Kaiju, which is it's not really worth playing, I have to be honest. I can't get myself to one mark that. I always try and one mark a Halloween tank at Halloween time, but not the Kaiju. I just can't be bothered with Japanese heavies. And then not forgetting the one that isn't in any of the Ernops, which is the Pharaoh's Fury, which is here. Good tank. I think it's just sort of a bang in the middle of the road type of. It's a Soviet-esque medium tank, so low gun depression. Armour's pretty good actually. You do have this obelisk at the back, which actually bounces rounds, particularly from auto cannons, and I'm pretty sure I've bounced or absorbed 80 gems, like coming in at this angle through that. So the rear armour of this is a little bit trolled to light tanks, but it's a good tank overall. Not too sure if it's worth actually buying, but I think it's within an up next year. Might be worth picking up. So yeah, that's best Halloween tank I can put together. So just to reiterate, I'll definitely aim for get the Night Stalker of the challenge. If you don't play World War II mode, then yeah, obviously go after the Monster Jaeger. If you can't get the 550 points required, and you're stuck on one of the previous levels, have a look what's available to you. And I would probably, as I said, I personally, with no Halloween tanks in my garage, I would probably get the Arachnid and the Bulk Horror, with the Creature being sort of a fun alternative if you want a derp tank, and Revenant if you're new to the game and you just want something slightly lower tier 7, and Familiar if you've gone through the Panther line. So yeah, that's my review of the Halloween tanks.